Jones here, and welcome back to Inquisitive Inverts. This is actually my first video I have done for the channel, and today we're going to be talking about my new pet invert, and also my dream invert for about a decade now, actually. And it's actually in, or I should say she, or I'm believing it's a female, is in the log here. It is a tailless whip scorpion. And yes, we will be adding more climbing features. This is all we have for now. We'll upgrade, maybe even rehouse as she gets bigger. But she's good size, I'd say about 1 inch, somewhere around there. But all I say is she's beautiful. Now let's get into this review on My Pet Inverts episode 2. As you can see, I can't measure the exact dimensions of this enclosure, but it is a reasonably sized one. They don't need anything too big. They're about 1 inch, so I believe she's a sub-adult. It needs to be reasonably tall because they spend most of their lives in a vertical position, and whenever they're molting, I hope that she hangs upside down under that log there so that she can molt. And whenever they molt, they kind of squeeze out of their head, and they're white and green, and they're really fragile at that time. She's not molting right now. She's just kind of hanging out. They are nocturnal, so it is daytime, so she's been sleeping. And this is real wood here, so I have to maybe put some isopods in there to prevent mold or anything, maybe some springtails. We'll see. So, tailless whip scorpions are not venomous. They are actually harmless. They're mostly docile, and they're actually quite shy. So, what do you say we pop the lid open and see if she'll let me handle her? Now, as you can see, she is beautiful. Now, she has about 6 of her legs, which she's actually missing a leg whenever I bought her. She was missing a leg. She was the only one left, though, so. 6 of them are used for walking, and then 2 of them are used as like sensory, kind of like antenna, but they are not insects. They are arachnids, and they're not a spider or scorpion. They are their own thing, the whip scorpion category. This and the vinegaroon are the 2 whip scorpion, and there are 2 species of these kind of whip spiders or tailless whip scorpions. There's this one, Damon diademia, or I think I'm pronouncing that right, that lives in the rainforests of Tanzania, and they are about this big. They get a little bit bigger, they get about 1.8 inches, and they're really cool. And the other species is Florida whip spider, and that is located like near the Keys and stuff. And yeah, that's really surprising that I do not think these things are in America, which is really cool that they are. So as you can see, they can hang upside down, and I think that's really cool. So as you can see, just to prove that they are docile, I am actually choosing to handle this beautiful girl. And she's pretty small, and the reason that they are vertical, they can go vertical. I want to be careful around her because she is kind of spreading out her pedipalps there, which she could be a little stressed, but usually she doesn't like it whenever I go vertical. But they have little hooks on their feet there, and that's what kind of makes them hold on to the bark, as you can see there. And looks like she's just kind of hanging out on me. But if you just kind of just like help guide them onto your hand, they'll thankfully go on their hand. And she's just kind of hanging out, and it's really enjoyable having these little arachnids, and I'm really thankful to have one because they are really rare in the pet trade. So, and I actually found this one at a chain pet store, which is even more rare. So, look at that. I named it Zerab, or her Zerab, because it kind of feels like a nice name. I think that would fit her. She's beautiful. Now that she's back in her humble enclosure, how about we go over care requirements? when you're caring for an amblypygid or any kind of arachnid, you should pour water in there in order to moisturize it. My source of water I use is a spray bottle, which isn't the most efficient way. Actually, pouring water in there is the most efficient way. You can spray them like me, or you could put in water. It's really however you choose to really moisturize your pet amblypygid. But I use mine with a spray bottle, and I'm thinking about actually switching over from spray bottle just so I don't stress her out as much. You know, because I want her to be happy, and you know, I might need some actual tips because I am a beginner with arachnids, and you know, they always recommended, you know, this is a great beginner, and I'm like, well, let's try it. I've always wanted these things. I saw them on television. I'm like, let's just get one finally. So as you can see, she's right in there. And another thing you're gonna want to do is keep the humidity up. She can live at room temperature, or she's been living at room temperature just fine. At 70 to 75 degrees. Thinking about putting a heater in there. I've watched a lot of videos. Some people, I mean, actually most people do not put heaters in there. They don't thrive without a heater, but they'll survive. But maybe for a better experience, I might put in a heater there, might upgrade. And another thing you should do is add in a water dish, which I'm actually adding in today. I'm gonna put in a small little water dish. She's just been living on the droplets I've been spraying in there. She can also drink off of that. And I feed her crickets. So she's not really hungry right now. I might try later today. We'll see. This is not a feeding video, I'm sorry. This is just kind of a review and how to keep an amblypygid. And don't worry if anyone's complaining about the setup. I know it's simple and it's not very natural, but we will be adding more bark and more places for her to climb. And these are actually communal, I think. So I've seen enclosures like 10 gallons with 3 amblypygids. So maybe we could get her a playmate, but I can't really find any other amblypygids for sale unless they're like juvenile, and it's a bit more expensive than what I got her, about $31. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple now, but not to worry, I'm gonna upgrade it. I mean, I'm learning too, so if anyone could just, professionals or intermediate people, they could just, you know, let me know some tips on how to care for these guys. I know they're super simple. I also have a pet emperor scorpion, which I'll be uploading a video one day on this channel. So hope you guys enjoyed this video on my beautiful Damon Diademia Zerab by amblypygid Tailless whip scorpion arachnid. She truly is beautiful. I've wanted these things for so long, and they're great pets. They make great pet inverts. And if you want to get into arachnids, like if you're too scared of scorpions and stuff, get one of these. I don't handle my emperor scorpion because I don't want to get stung, even though it only hurts as much as a bee sting. But I mean, I know there's a risk of her biting me, but she's a lot more docile than my emperor, so I feel kind of comfortable. Anyway, thanks for coming out, everybody. Hopefully you guys subscribe to Inquisitive Inverts and leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it, and you know, just have a great time, and you know, have a nice time keeping your inverts, because inverts are truly the animals that can change your life, you know, because they are really fun to just watch them walk, especially her. She walks like a slow, like a spider mixed with kind of like a Japanese spider crab. She kind of moves like that almost. Of course, Japanese spider crabs are way bigger, but you know. Okay, I'm rambling on for too long. For real, goodbye. Thank you for coming out, and see you next Saturday.